If you are rebalancing your or your child's gut and starting to feel worse before you feel better, you are not doing anything wrong. You are actually right on track. What you are experiencing is something called die off. Welcome to the Follow Your Gut podcast, the show for the woman who's ready to stop outsourcing her and her family's health and start leading it. I'm your host, Juniper. Every week, I'll teach you how to understand your body and your child's symptoms through the lens of the gut so you can take clear, confident steps towards real healing. This isn't about chasing symptoms or following trendy protocols. This is about foundational healing, where we get to the root of it all, your gut. I am so happy you're here. Let's dive in. Die-off, or a Herxheimer reaction, happens when harmful bacteria, yeast, mold, fungus, and parasites begin to die faster than your body can flush them out. This is the exact goal of rebalancing, is to clear these overgrowths. But when they begin to die, they release toxins that can cause symptoms to temporarily flare. You might feel headachy, foggy, bloated, or fatigued. Your child might run a fever, break out in a rash, or experience a flare of the very symptoms you are here to heal. It can feel quite discouraging if you aren't aware of what's going on. It's easy to quickly jump to the idea that rebalancing doesn't work for you or your child. But what you are experiencing is not a sign of getting worse. It's actually your body doing exactly what it's meant to do. The symptoms that may be surfacing during your rebalance are not being caused by the process itself. They are part of what your body is finally releasing. Rebalancing gives your body the tools and support it needs to start clearing out what's been stored and suppressed. For many of us, our bodies have been in this state for years. This is the beginning of true healing. Now, before we go any further, I want you to know that not everyone experiences die off. This is completely normal too. It does not mean that your rebalance is not working. It simply means your body is either better prepared, your pathways are more open, or your overgrowths are clearing more gently. But even if you don't experience a die-off reaction, having this information is going to really empower you to navigate your healing journey with more confidence. So please keep listening. If symptoms do come up, there is so much you can do to support yourself or your child through the process. If you have not yet listened to episode 150 about preparing your body for rebalancing, make sure to listen to that right after this one. That episode, along with the course that comes free with your rebalance kit, is really for the foundation for doing this well. They teach you exactly how to open your drainage pathways so your liver, kidneys, and lymph and your bowels can keep up with what your gut is clearing. When your drainage pathways are open and flowing, healing moves faster and die-off becomes much easier to manage, if not completely avoidable. So now let's jump into some supportive steps you can take if you do experience die-off. First, you can go back to the higher dose of cleanse that you used during the first 4 days of your rebalance. You can do this until symptoms ease. For children, this is 1 tablespoon twice a day, and for adults, this is 2 tablespoons twice a day. And possibly the most powerful thing you can do is incorporate our binder. Bind helps literally bind up the toxins and the overgrowths, including parasites, being released and carries them out of your body, relieving the burden on your liver and your kidneys. Remineralize is another powerful support. Replenishing minerals stabilizes your body, supports your nervous system, and helps you move through healing with more energy and resilience. These two, bind and remineralize, are part of the ultimate option of the Gut Rebalance Kit. If you ordered the original kit and you are experiencing die-off, now is a really good time to order bind and remineralize. Hydration is also really important. Drink plenty of water. Even better, organic, unsweetened coconut water. You can incorporate balanced CBD if you are needing extra support for headaches, body aches, sleep, mood, or hormone swings. balance is a much better option than over-the-counter medications like ibuprofen or Tylenol, which are very disruptive to your microbiome and are going to be retroactive in your healing process. Try your best to commit to the food recommendations, because continuing to feed the bad bacteria while trying to kill them can make your die off so much more intense. You can visualize it as a war happening inside your body. If you need extra support with the food piece of your healing, please be sure to listen to episode 151. It will guide you in starting where you are and expanding from there. It's also important to understand that healing is not always linear. Sometimes deeper layers of imbalance take time to surface. You might find that 3 weeks into your rebalance, or even 3 months in, new symptoms arise. This does not mean you are regressing. It means your body is ready to heal on a deeper level. External factors can also influence flares. For children, things like teething, growth spurts, environmental exposure, seasonal changes, a cold, and emotional stress can stir symptoms. For adults, this can be hormonal shifts, sleep disruptions, emotional stress, travel, diet, and even mindset. So there is the physical side of die off, where the overgrowths not only release toxins as they die, but they actually don't want to die. Just like every living thing, they fight for survival. They kick, scream, and punch. And depending on how long they have been thriving and procreating inside you or your child, clearing them out can sometimes feel intense, but this is the healing. And then there is a deeper layer that no one really talks about. This part is not as applicable to children, but for adults, it's important to understand. Anytime you create change, whether by cleansing your body or committing to a healthier lifestyle, your mind is going to resist the change. Your brain is wired for survival, and it sees the familiar as safe, even if familiar means sick, exhausted, or unhappy. Healing asks you to break through that resistance, to push past the discomfort of change. And that is just as much as part of the healing as the physical process. So sit with this part and really ask yourself, am I willing to move through the discomfort to reach the healing that I know is possible? Remind yourself that feeling uncomfortable doesn't mean that you are doing something wrong. It means that you are stepping into change, that you are expanding. It means that your body and your mind are both learning a new way of being. Healing is not just about clearing pathogens. It's about becoming someone new, someone who is no longer living in survival mode, but in true health and freedom. Now, I know you want to know exactly how long this discomfort is going to last. We all want timelines to attach to because it helps us feel safer. So, here is how you can start to get an idea of what to expect by tuning into your own intuition and looking at a few key factors that will play into your or your child's die off. First, let's think about how long symptoms have been present. For every 3 months that symptoms have been present, I want you to give yourself 5 points. So go ahead and grab a piece of paper. You can pause this, grab a piece of paper. We're going to create a little formulation here to help you best gauge your die off or your child's die off. So again, for every 3 months that symptoms have been present, give yourself or your child 5 points. So if you've had symptoms for 6 months, this would be 10 points. If you've had symptoms for 1 year, this would be 20 points. If you've had symptoms for 5 years, this would be 100 points. Now, let's rate the severity of symptoms that you were experiencing before starting your rebalance. If symptoms were mild, give yourself 5 points. If symptoms were moderate, meaning they were not completely debilitating you or your child, but they were still very present in daily life, give yourself or your child 10 points. If symptoms were severe and really impacted your ability to live your Your child was up screaming all night. They are very, very, very uncomfortable all day. You are living in survival mode. You are not thriving. Give yourself or your child 15 points. Add your two scores together. This number is not a diagnosis or a promised timeline. It's just a simple guide to help you gauge how much healing your body might be working through. Here's a general way you can think about it. If your points add up to 15 or below, your die-off phase may be very short, or you may not experience any noticeable die-off at all. If your points are between 20 and 40, you may have a few weeks of ups and downs as your body clears what needs to be released. If your points are 45 or higher, your body may be working through really deep imbalances. You might find that symptoms ebb and flow for a couple of months as different layers heal. Other factors that will impact your die-off phase are how committed you are to the preparation steps and the full process of rebalancing. These things definitely influence your healing timeline. But please hear me in this. You might still be the person who does not experience any die-off at all. This equation that I've just shared with you is just a tool to ease your mind and help you understand what could happen. It is not meant to intimidate you. It is meant to show you how capable you are, how capable your child's body is. It is meant to remind you that no matter what you are working through, you can do this. Healing is happening. Your body knows exactly what to do, and you are so much stronger than any temporary discomfort that you might experience. If you are supporting your child through this process, know that this is one of the greatest gifts you could ever give them. Their body is learning how to heal. Their immune system is becoming stronger. Their foundation for lifelong health is being built right now in this process. Every moment of discomfort is clearing the way for a future of deeper resilience, strength, and health freedom. So now that you have a better sense of what to expect and how to support your body through the potential die-off process, I want to speak directly to the mamas who are breastfeeding during their own rebalance. Your body is incredibly wise. The toxins being released during your own die-off do not pass through your breast milk. Your body has a highly intelligent system called your blood-milk barrier that protects your baby by filtering out anything that could be harmful. Your placenta during pregnancy functions the same way, which is why your baby's gut is sterile at birth. But it's important to understand that while your baby is born with a sterile gut, they are immediately exposed to the world around them. Through birth, skin-to-skin contact, breastfeeding, and their environment, their microbiome begins to form. And your microbiome plays a powerful role in shaping theirs, not just during pregnancy, but during birth and throughout breastfeeding too. Every step of the way, your body is offering information, protection, and healing through the microbiome you are passing on to them. This is why rebalancing your own gut while breastfeeding is so beautiful and so powerful. You are not just healing yourself, you are actively supporting the foundation of your baby's microbiome and their immune system. Now, while the toxins from die-off do not pass through your milk, the supplements you are taking do. And this is the beautiful thing. It means that your baby is receiving the same healing support that you are. If your breastfeeding baby experiences mild symptoms like a flare and a rash, gassiness, or changes in digestion, this is not from your body's die-off. It is from their own microbiome beginning to shift and heal as the supplements gently move through your milk. If your baby is under 4 months old, they can often fully heal through breastfeeding alone while you use the Woman's Gut Rebalance Kit. If your baby is over 4 months, we recommend starting them directly on the Children's Gut Rebalance Kit for the most effective healing. As you move through this process, whether you are here healing yourself or your child, or for both of you together, there is one more piece that is just as important as everything else we have talked about here, and that is your mindset. Doubt adds another layer for your body to fight through. Your body is already working really hard to eliminate these overgrowths. Healing is not just physical, it is energetic. Your belief is part of the transformation. And if you can hold the vision of healing, even when it feels hard, your body will rise and meet you there. Keep going. The only way to heal is to keep healing. Stopping stops the healing. You are in the right place. Your body is doing exactly what it is meant to do. You've got this. If this episode resonated with you, share it with a friend or a family member who's ready to lead her family's healing. Everything mentioned in this episode is linked down below for you in the show notes. Be sure to subscribe to the Nourish newsletter, also linked down below, so you never miss an episode. I will email you the latest episode every Tuesday morning. Everything shared on this show is for educational purposes only, not intended as medical advice. Until next time, trust your body and follow your gut.